J is for Justice podcast.
Roberta.
No, we'll spare them the countdown tonight. Hello, guys. Who's here? We've got Ave, Angie B, Monkey Biz, the Sandman. He's jamming to Ozzy right now.
Nice.
Leaf Lover Liz. Hey, you. Olive Juice. Hey, I'm so glad you guys could make it. Angie B, is this a better turnout than we had the first time? You guys, the first time? Disaster. We've got 4 more than we had the first time.
Yay.
This is a bad night now because Idaho 4 broke and everybody wants to talk about it. So like everybody's live.
Yeah, same.
Guys, me too. So can I share what I found?
Yes, please.
Okay, because I'm currently trying to upload it, but it's like timing out. So let's see. Let me open this.
I just found an article that said he attended classes after the murder and finished up the semester.
Really?
Yeah.
So he did go back.
That's from the Seattle Times.
You guys, do we have the next Ted Bundy on our hands?
That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, I've seen that said a few times.
Okay. All right. I've got something to share. I don't know if you've seen this, probably not, because this all just is happening, but I'm trying to upload this shiz to YouTube.
My heart is still jumping from when you scared me.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm good at that though. Okay. This is allegedly Bryan Kohberger's friend. She claims that she was his friend. Now watch. I'm just going to let it explain for itself. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have many followers, so I'm not sure who this is going to reach out to. But regarding the case of the 4 Idaho students that were slain and the arrest that was made, I used to be friends with Bryan Kohberger during my middle and high school years. And then before anyone comes at me and says that I'm just running for clout, I'm not. I have pictures that I will show you. I have screenshots that I will show you. I have yearbook pictures that I show you. I went to school with the kid. I was friends with him. I wouldn't make something like this up. I am just an absolute shock right now. I was heading to lunch when my mom called me, and immediately I knew something was off because I have the type of family that we don't call each other. So if someone does call someone, we know something's bad. She called me and asked me about the murders. I didn't know where she was going with it until she said that it was Bryan Kohberger. And naturally, I freaked out and called about 8 of my friends. My brother was really good friends with him. My other friend, Brandon, was really good friends with him. I'm going to have a picture of him with him on the green screen as well. I'm shaking still. But anyway, let me show you. This is Brandon, the one I was just talking about. It's his wife, Brianna, and that's me. This was back in 2017. Obviously, that's Bryan. Still has the dead face that it's the eyes. I don't know. But when I spoke to him back in 2017, he was clean. He was a heavy heroin user back in high school. And it was just nice to see the kid clean up. And at that time, he said he was doing security detail. I believe it was out of school is what he told me.
That's so true.
But he seemed
verify that. We verified that.
Obviously,
yeah,
wasn't sure. Here's another picture from a party that we had at Brandon's house. That's Bryan there. He used to be a bigger kid as well. But again, that's him. And then at the same wedding, I'm here, but he's back there. He was sitting at the same table as me and my mother. But he is back there enjoying a drink. I was sitting right next to him. We talked. He seemed fine. My mom sent me the old school yearbook.
Oh gosh.
That was him. Bryan Kohberger. That's him. He went to Pleasant Valley. Graduated with, I think, my friend Christopher, a year younger than me. This is when he nonchalantly decided to make me drive him around the Poconos for heroin, and I had no idea. I thought I was just doing a nice deed because he needed something, and it turns out that he
was he in Pennsylvania on a bender?
Oh,
driving around the Poconos, and that's where he was found.
Getting heroin. Sorry, I'm like, my voice is shaking. I might make a part 2. I probably have to. I don't have a 6-minute.
She
feature. I only have a
seems
3-minute
very
feature. I also talk really fast, so
genuine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe her. And when she
I
said
do
he was
too.
working security detail at a school, I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
she didn't say it like it was rehearsed. And we found that earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's got his
Guys.
high school picture as well, so I think she's genuine.
We have another thing if you guys want to see. His graduation at 58:54, he gets his diploma. Do you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to make you say yes. Okay, it's his commencements. All right, you should be able to see 58:54, did I say? Here we go.
Jessica Crayhansel. Jessica is the program assistant for
That's
graduate
him.
nursing in the Division of Nursing.
His dark eyes.
Yeah.
Rena McIntyre.
Did we miss his name though?
We kindly ask that if you're taking pictures,
Kemery. Jenna Cook. Bryan Kohberger. Jessica Crayhansel. Jessica is the
Look
There
at
he
his
is.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
program
Guys,
assistant
why does he look more dark
for
complected
graduate.
now, like in this video than he does in the photos? Like
Could be lighting.
Yeah.
maybe. You don't think he looks like that Einen?
No.
It's the
Oh
nose,
my God.
Jay. The
I
nose.
almost did you guys hear me almost choke on my Coke Zero? You guys both went no. Like quit asking.
Stop.
Stop. It's not Einen.
Nursing in the Division.
He
Look at
looks
him.
mad.
Right.
Yeah. Give me my
He's like-
diploma.
He's like, oh my God,
Jeez.
give me my diploma because all I did was go to your school so I could learn how to kill someone and get away with it.
Oh my God, that's so creepy. His
What a-
face. He looks evil in that.
Dude,
This- Yeah.
who isn't celebrating on this day? I mean, the other students were fist pumping.
Yeah, at least smile. You just
He's
got
like-
your diploma.
He's like, just give it to me.
Oh,
So-
one of his I'll read this briefly if you want. One of his
Yeah.
Rupert Rude.
I know Rupert says, shut up. He says, no, it's not okay.
It's not the dog, it's the cat.
It's a graduate. So the guy's name is Ben Roberts. He's a graduate student in the Criminology and Criminal Justice Department at WSU. He just described Kohberger as confident and outgoing, but said it seemed like he was always looking for a way to fit in. It's pretty out of left field, he said of the news Friday. I had honestly just pegged him as being super awkward. Roberts started the program in August along with Kohberger and had several courses with him. He described Kohberger as wanting to appear academic. One thing he would always do, almost without fail, was find the most complicated way to explain something. He had to make sure you knew that he knew it. Sounds like a cocky jerk.
Uh-huh.
This is interesting that people are coming out because they're shook. They probably didn't ever suspect him.
Mm-mm.
No.
You know,
Especially
think
being
about it.
from
Like,
Pennsylvania.
and they did so well with acting like they had no idea who it was. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
everyone was bitching. They're clueless. They don't know. They have no idea. When in
Yep.
all reality, I think now I'm going to say this to the Robertolinos. I think that this dude is copycatting the 1999 stabbings
Yep, me too.
of that couple.
100%.
I don't think he knew those girls personally.
No.
I don't think he conversed with them. I don't think any of that. If anything, he was like hiding in plain sight. Maybe you know, a customer at the coffee shop.
Mhm.
Maybe, you know, someone who maybe she started seeing a little too often, and that's where the stalker
Yeah.
bit came in, because if you start seeing someone, all these different places you go, you'd be like,
Mhm.
dude, is this guy like stalking me or something? Maybe it was like that. Like, but if you go back to the 1999 stabbings, both girls lived. They were both sleeping in the same room. They both lived. And I think that this guy, I don't think he has anything to do with it. Obviously, he was like 3 years old.
Mhm.
But I think he was introduced to this case, this unsolved stabbing. And I think for some reason it baffled him, and he wanted to figure out what went wrong that
Mhm.
they didn't end up dead. Like the person who went in, you can come in here. The person who went in there to those 2 girls, which they've never named, they've never released their names since 1999.
No.
So these 2 girls were stabbed. They ran away. There was another person in the home that called 911. So I don't know if it was the people or necessarily the situation in the house that worked for him. But what I'm wondering is what drew his attention to their specific place.
Yeah.
Was it the setup? Because like you said, Potato, those apartments are in a valley just
Oh my
like
God. It looks
just like
the
theirs.
same. Like, yeah, they're up a hill. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it looks exactly the same as that street. The apartments are set up the hill.
Yep.
And there's like a house next to it as well. So it looks like the same street, and it's students as well.
Mm-hmm. So same kind of, visual, like terrain, same type of everything. And
Mhm.
then you take into account that there's what, 3 or 4, or is it 4 now, unsolved stabbing cases, some
Yeah, there's
murdered,
2.
some not, all
Uh-huh.
at 3 a.m.
Yep.
All people attacked in their bed,
Mhm. And all on the 13th,
and all on the 13th of a month.
and a year after each other as well.
Age 28 years old, born November 21st, 1994, from Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. His sister works in mental health, registered behavior technician and counselor.
Mhm.
He is a PhD criminal justice graduate from U.S.C. and has a Master of Arts in Criminal Justice from DeSales in Pennsylvania, May 2022. His dad works in HVAC, heating and ventilation. The only previous criminal infraction is from August 21 for not wearing a seatbelt. Now, August 21 is when the couple was stabbed.
Yeah.
I wonder where he got a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt.
Interesting.
He was arrested in Pennsylvania on December 30th around 3 a.m. A SWAT team
His
entered the
favorite time?
location where he was his favorite time of day.
Mhm.
The SWAT team entered where he was staying in order to take him into custody, and he appeared before a judge at 8:30 a.m. He is currently in the Monroe County Prison without bail on first-degree murder charges. They know they've got their guy.
Mm-hmm. If they're giving him first degree.
He was clean in 2017 when this friend last saw him. And she says that he was already wanting to study criminal justice in 2013.
Wow.
So what do we take from that? Like, when do we think, like, I really do think that these 1999 murders are like his goal,
Mhm.
should you say. But why that case?
Probably something he was studying. I mean, he was doing criminology.
So,
And like HJ said, like he was the kind of person that really wanted to like go deep and explain things and like make sure you know that he knows, more than anyone else.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he could be the kind of person that would obsess over it and then
So that would
be
be
the
a
one to try and
challenge.
figure
That
out
would-
what happened. Yeah.
Mhm.
Jay, look at that picture I just posted in Slack.
Oh my God. Why does he look like
So
Tony Tote?
cute.
Oh my god, he does.
Heather J.
Oh my gosh.
I can't get away from Tote.
He does look like Tony Tote. I think Heather
Mhm.
J is in love with Tony Tote.
I am not.
Well, this dude definitely answered his own questions from his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Tony Tote, aka Bert. His head is not nearly as long when he was a child. It continued growing longer as he got older.
It grew upwards.
It grew upwards instead of being
As he
proportionate.
grew up, his forehead grew up.
Yeah, we don't know. Like if he targeted them or if he targeted the house. Like, did he really give a damn who they were? Or was it more like that house was a perfect setup, perfect opportunity for him? Because if you think about it, the couple, it was always like twos that were attacked, right? But it was never both ended up dead. So like in the couple, the boyfriend died, the woman, she was stabbed 19 times and lived. He didn't think that woman was going to live.
No.
Whoever stabbed her in
very
2021, yeah, he probably thought she was dead. However, what he didn't know was that they had a friend in the next room that was staying over because she was going to cat sit because the couple was going on a trip. So there was an unknown third party that called 911 and he ran off. Right? Yeah. So, the interesting thing about 99 is same thing. There were other people in the home. The two girls were in the bedroom together. So did he see that these two girls shared a room right now?
Yeah. And they were students.
And thought, this is it.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing matches like what it looked like in that area. The fact they're students. There's two girls in the same room.
Yeah. The only thing that bothers me is like, how did he come to find them of, all the sorority houses, fraternity. I mean, obviously maybe not fraternity because they would fight back and women he'd be able to overpower.
I mean, he could have been scoping out the area and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to find something that looks
right off campus, like you said, like,
I mean, it was literally just across the grass from all the other sorority houses and stuff.
It just happened to be quote unquote off campus.
And looking the same as the Pullman apartments. I just think that's so weird that it looks.
There's more coming out about Gabby Petito stuff now.
Huh?
What?
The attorney for Gabby Petito's parents is alleging that the mother of Petito's suspected killer, Bryan Laundrie, offered to lend him a shovel after the slaying in Wyoming. While her legal team says it was written before the young couple left on the ill-fated cross-country road trip.
What?
This is for Fox.
What? Is it Fox Digital?
No, it's Fox News. Like, they're normal.
What? Okay.
I can't post it in Old Crimes because Shell didn't give me permission to post
Old Crimes, just put in an Idaho 4 because I'm in there right now.
All right.
I'll delete it. I'm like right in there, like right this second. Heather J is typing.
Google Fingers is going.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, this is fucking weird. Come on. Are these Laundries going to end up in jail?
Oh my gosh, the court filing is in there. Is in that article from
Offered to lend him a shovel. What?
Lawyers for the Petito and Laundrie families are battling for possession of a letter written by Roberta.
Oh my
Fucking
God.
Roberta, you're ruining my whole channel fucking theme. Okay.
You're ruining Christmas, Roberta.
Yes. This is supposed to be a very Roberta Christmas, and you're just not doing it for me. The attorney for Gabby Petito's parents alleging the mother of Bryan Laundrie, which is Roberta, bitch, offered to lend him a shovel after the slaying in Wyoming. While her legal team says it. Why would she write him a note saying,
I don't know.
That's so stupid.
before you go to on your cross country trip, you want to borrow a shovel? You want to borrow a shovel, B? And then you can wear my pink hat and go use it.
Take the Mustang.
Dude, this brings the
Oh
garden
my
thing
God.
to a whole new fucking light. Now we're going to have the fucking hand in the garden again. What in the Sam hell is wrong with Roberta?
Oh, read the. If I could speak.
Oh my gosh. I was
This
just reading
says,
that
I
bit.
don't- Yeah,
Mr. Bertolino has the fucking letter.
What? The note?
The correspondence between Riley and Luca became public record after the former attached it to an exhibit in a December 20th filing and appears to reference a letter that Riley had previously sought to obtain over the summer. This request certainly would also include the note that Roberta wrote to Ryan, in which she offered to bring a shovel to help bury the body.
Oh my God. What the
Oh my goodness. And that was the same day when Steve Bertolino met with the FBI in Tampa.
Oh my God.
Investigators released several items to Bertolino, including Bryan's handwritten confession found near his remains. Both lawyers at the time told Fox News Digital that there were other documents handed over. Those included what Riley described as a letter titled Burn After Reading. That's the letter.
If she was writing letters to him offering to help bury the body, then surely that's a criminal offense.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like,
it says
what the
here,
fuck?
he said, I remember this interview now. I don't feel comfortable summarizing the letter. He told Fox News at the time, the content is very specific and best read when available. If my belief as to the time it was written is accurate, it shows that at least Roberta Laundrie knew of Gabby's murder before Gabby's body was located. The rest of the notebook contained letters to his family.
Unbelievable.
Roberta's letter was undated, but added. Oh, wait. Roberta's letter was undated, he added, but the content of the letter seems to indicate it was written after Gabby's death. Bertolino has maintained that the letter was written long before the murder. He was named in the Petito family's amended lawsuit earlier this month. So Bertolino is now named in the lawsuit. Here's them at Walmart. Do you want them to go to Walmart and hang up a sign? Yeah, I did.
Did I ask him to do that?
Did I ask them to do that? Yes, I did. The letter in question was written prior to Gabby and Bryan leaving Florida and has nothing to do with this case. He said Riley was attempting to further sensationalize the case and taking unrelated comments out of context. Weird. I can't. This is the case that never ends.
Oh my God.
It's like Watts.
Right?
You think it couldn't get any worse, and then it does.
I know.
So they're refusing to produce these letters, right?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So who has them?
Bert.
Bertolino. Okay, let's look at what exactly what they haven't produced. Okay, while your clients initially objected to the following request for production, I believe in light of Judge Carroll's ruling on defendant's motion to dismiss, there's we believe that the relationship between your clients and Gabby are clearly relevant. Telephone bills are discoverable and relevant to communications between the prospective parties, and they're asking for those to be produced. Communications that your clients may have had with any third parties regarding Gabby and Bryan, to the extent that they were not privileged, are certainly relevant to the issues in this case, and thus I would ask you to provide documents responsive to request number 15. 16 is the issue of knowledge on the part of your client's knowledge of Gabby's passing and the location of her body. And it says it would certainly include the note that Roberta wrote to Bryan where she offered to bring a shovel to help bury the body. That's written in the court doc.
Jeez.
And Bert has had it since June 24th.
How can he say that that note was written before? I mean, she's writing about burying a body. It's clearly after.
Yeah, what body?
And if there's nothing in those letters, why won't he hand them over?
That is so weird.
That is sick.
Cheryl T thinks that Bertolino will sell them out to save his own ass. Hot Megan says next to the scissors. The scissoring stools.
Mm.
All right. So do you have access to where the trivia questions are, HJ? Who wants to win a pair of fucking Roberta socks now?
I do.
Not me.
Oh no,
no. Well, Roberta and the pink hat. Somebody's gonna get some socks with Roberta on them. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this letter.
I think Tato just wants Bert and Lino.
Oh yeah.
I think Shell has wanted Bert. She likes those New Yorkers.
Well, that's because she is one.
I know. She's got the hots for the Bert. So, Gabby Petito's case is never going to end.
No.
Mm-mm.
Idaho 4 is never going to end. What if we end up with a serial killer of our time? Like how everybody remembers the Bundy things. And isn't it weird that Bundy killed sorority girls at Washington State University?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that this dude was obsessed with Bundy as well? Like,
he really could have been.
Because Bundy was like a surprise attack kind of guy. And
Didn't Bundy live in Pennsylvania for a little while?
I don't know. He was all over.
I think he was born up here and then moved.
I know he was in Colorado for a while. A wonderful state of Colorado. It just really bothers me. Yeah, it really bothers me. And now that we have like a face and I see the face that they saw last.
Oh no, it's horrible to think
I
about
know.
that.
I can't. And this guy is a monster. He's a fucking
He really
monster.
is.
I mean, look at him. He's
Zoom
a
in on his
fucking
nose.
I don't know how to zoom on this. His nose?
Oh yeah. I want to see if it's broken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have to do flower and plus. Okay, wait, hold on. Command plus. Oh, that went out. Woo, look at that, HJ. I zoomed.
It doesn't look like it's broken in that.
No, and in that PhD picture, it didn't look like it was broken either.
No,
Maybe it was
looks
broken
pretty
during the murders.
straight and narrow, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
I want to watch him again because, like, look at how happy these
Yeah.
other students are. This is so weird.
I hope so too, AB.
Bryan Kohberger. Jessica Krahansel. Jessica is the program assistant for graduate nursing in the Division of Nursing.
Jeez.
That's like he can't be
Rena
bothered to get his own
McIntyre.
graduation.
He's like, yeah, thanks.
Maybe he didn't have anyone there.
I know, but still, I mean, you would.
Yeah.
It's such an accomplishment.
Jessica
Like,
Krahansel.
Yeah, to at least smile for
Jessica
yourself.
is the program assistant for graduate nursing in the Division of Nursing.
it's like he just like bought a
He's
pack of
just-
gum. Like, thanks for my change. See ya.
Like he's dead inside.
Yeah, there's
No
definitely-
emotion.
there's something wrong with this dude. I mean, like,
Uh-huh.
obviously, but I mean, look at this guy. This guy can't get his perma grin off his face.
Philip Bortz.
Neither can she. So what do you think of this whole arrest of this dude?
I am honestly, I'm shocked. Like, I'm shocked. Like, because at the same time, like, what is it, like 47 days or whatever it was. I'm like, it seemed like forever, but to be honest, that was super quick.
Really? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because I was like saying they've got to investigate 4 people's lives
Yeah.
on top of, any evidence that they find and all the tips that they're getting in.
Yeah.
And tracking him across country, FBI must have had a huge hand in that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You love
I was
what?
gonna say, I love the fact that like they had been tailing this guy in Pennsylvania for 4 days prior. Like
Yeah.
that's super hot.
I know, it's really badass, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
And then got him right in the middle of the night. Like, I can't wait for that footage.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Oh yeah, the state of shock.
Hopefully he doesn't fight extradition and he gets his ass back to Idaho so we can get that information soon.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Idiot though, he probably will fight it.
But you know what we found that was really interesting was that back on the 24th of November, when Chief Fry was still kind of in his press conferences stumbling and getting, these reporters were asking some hard questions and they were really driving it home. Like when he was skirting around it, they were asking it another way. And he said on November 24th that they were aware of the other unsolved stabbings and they were currently investigating to see if there was a link and that they had received tips and they were speaking to other departments. I think that was quickly put under the rug when the FBI got involved. We're not mentioning this because it's going to spook this motherfucker because I think he is the culprit of all of them.
What?
Listen, Lizzie, they were all done on the 13th of the month.
Yeah.
They were all done at 3 a.m. and all of the victims were in bed and they were all stabbed. The only time they were all killed was at King Road.
Yeah.
All the other ones, there was like someone who was in the house that called 911, spooked him. One died, one didn't. It never worked out like that unsolved 1999 case in Pullman, right behind him.
Wow.
In the apartment complex right behind this motherfucker.
We need a legit yikes, Ashley.
Yeah,
For real.
real.
And the 2 girls that got stabbed in that 1999 case, it's unsolved, but their names were never released and they never caught the guy. So I'm wondering if this dude wasn't like researching this case that was unsolved in Pullman, because it's weird that he went to college in Pennsylvania, goes all the way out to Washington State, same school that the 2 girls went to when they were stabbed.
Yeah.
Lives in the complex right behind where it happened. And then and then he does the same fucking thing. The person went in their house, in their apartment, 3 a.m., stabbed the 2 girls. They survived. They got away. He ran off. So he completed the quote unquote goal, like that's in his little questionnaire. What did you do to prepare to reach your goal? He looks at a murder as a goal.
Yeah, he did it all right.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it as well, if his goal was to kill everybody in the house, then he didn't succeed in his goal. So maybe he could have done it again if he wasn't caught.
True.
That's scary.
That's terrifying.
And I think he thought he was going to get away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just learned that he took courses by the famed forensic psychologist Catherine Ramsland, who has written 68 books, including How to Catch a Killer, The Psychology of Death Investigations, and The Mind of a Murderer.
Oh my God.
So he was going through committing murders probably and learning how to not get away with it. Yeah, not get caught.
That's crazy. The only thing that concerns me is that, like, his search history and all that, unless he specifically used their names or their address or anything like, related to them, he could chalk it up, to just, his schoolwork and, and whatever else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because of,
his...
yeah.
Right.
Like his interest in the case could be easily explained.
Yeah, it wouldn't seem
Exactly.
weird because that's what he's studying. Yeah.
It would be like
Exactly.
going through our search histories.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it really would.
But don't you think too that they must have something more definitive to already have him charged with first-degree murder?
yeah, murder
Yeah.
one, they have to have.
Because
They're
usually
not
don't they
going
do
for-
like a lesser charge to kind of get him back, and then they'll like, talk to him, and like they don't even need to talk to him.
No.
Talk,
And murder
like,
one is premeditated.
right, and they don't even need to talk to his ass. Like he's sitting there in that jail, and they're just waiting for him to come back. They don't even need to interrogate his motherfucking ass before charging him with first-degree murder. They have definitive shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just want to know what's going to happen when he gets back there. And then we start, and they have him in their custody. And then they can start talking about these other cases. I just know there's a link. There's too many parallels. Think about the people in Pennsylvania that had no idea that this dude drove this Elantra. They hear about it. They're looking for that in Idaho. These
Yeah.
people in Pennsylvania aren't thinking, oh, this dude just parked this Elantra here. They're not thinking anything of it, just like I wasn't.
No.
I
you
guarantee most
wouldn't.
people up here don't even know about this
Wouldn't have
case.
heard about it. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole way across the country. They wouldn't be thinking about it.
Right. I mean, I've seen white Elantras in Florida here, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just like with Kylie's car. I always took a second look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the
you
Ford
just-
Transit van.
Oh God, the
Yeah.
fucking transit vans. I still think of that when I see one of those. So it caught my eye just because of that. But I never would have thought in a million years that the perp would be here.
Yeah, it's not something that you'd like call in and say, "I've seen this vehicle."
But
because it's so
isn't
far away?
that what Bundy did? His ass drove from Washington State all the way to Florida to Gainesville. Or Pensacola or whatever. Where was it? Pensacola?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have a feeling we're gonna have like another like Ted Bundy on
Mhm.
our hands. Super smart.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I mean, look at Bundy. Studied
Yeah.
law
Mhm.
to get
Yeah.
himself, and then represented himself.
I just have to tell you how funny it is. You still have the Zelensky stuff going on.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, I
I hate
He's
to
still
pop you
he's
off.
still in his fucking sweatshirt.
He hasn't changed.
Okay, here is the window. While I just came across it.
Oh yeah, which window did we say this was? I was
I-
reading earlier.
I can't tell what window that is.
Is it the one with the air conditioner?
Nope. This is a different one, I think, because this is the good vibes sign. So
Oh.
where was good vibes hanging? Was
That's
it in the
on the
It
middle
was,
living
it was,
room?
it was
The living
upstairs
room.
and downstairs. There were two.
Oh, were there?
I believe that there were two because it's weird. You can see one that's downstairs, and that's why I was confused because we knew that there was one upstairs where Kaylee's room was, right? And
Right.
then I'm pretty sure there was almost identical with even like that weird green grass shit that was
Yeah, the
that
stuff
was
behind it.
downstairs.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm pretty sure there were two, which I thought was very strange. I could be wrong, but I remember thinking like, wait a minute, I thought that was upstairs.
Well, there's
Because
a
there was
tag
like a
in it.
picture. There was a picture, I think, remember when Bryan was outside? No, wait, it wasn't Bryan. It was the person that was filling in for him, that Nancy Woo Lou, whoever.
Nancy
Cindy
Lou.
Lou. Yeah.
Cindy Lou.
And they,
Oh,
and they
Lizzie.
had gone in there, and so like they were round in the corner, and I'm pretty sure at that point you could see the same kind of green grass, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was so confused.
So there's like
I
a
don't know.
double set of that.
Yeah,
You
like
guys,
they did,
check this
did
out.
too.
Okay, look at this. Is this somebody trying to like get the fucking window open? See those? Oh my God, what did that do? There we go.
Nope, can't see anything.
Stop. Is that someone like trying to get the window open? Like, see those smears?
Smudges.
Oh my.
Oh, maybe.
Lord.
Yeah.
See, like someone holding the window and trying to slide it.
Oh yeah.
You see the dangest things, Jay. I see it now.
Do you see it?
Mhm.
But like,
Auntie,
look,
she sees things that aren't there.
I was
stop.
going to mention it.
I do sometimes, but it's like someone had their hands smushed right here. Right?
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Wait, hold
Holy
on.
crap. Yeah.
They had their hands smushed right here. And then up here, they were trying to slide that window to the side.
Oh, damn.
Could they have been looking in it? Could they have been putting their hands up against it and looking in it?
Well, that's the other question I have. Now, if you look over here to the right side, that's one of their wall hangings. Where was that turquoise one? Or
I
not
think
turquoise,
that was-
but that peach coral wall
I
hanging.
think that was downstairs.
See? Yeah, there's two. I'm telling you.
So this
Yep.
must be the downstairs window then.
Yep. Which would make sense for a handprint. You know?
Unless someone was sliding it. No, you could be sliding it to
No.
get in. The thumb is right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really long,
That's a
like
that's
from
a
the
wide
index finger to
span.
the thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a guy's hand.
Yeah.
And as a right-hander, if I was right-handed from the outside, that would be where I would put my hand to have, to slide it the other way, right? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
It definitely
And-
is.
And it looks like these fingers were sliding it open and slid down as the window was sliding open.
Damn.
Fuck.
I like that he said we got 20,000 tips. Keep them
Yep.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
He
makes
said-
me wonder why he wants them to keep them coming. It makes me
And he-
wonder if there's another person involved.
That made me
that's what I
nervous. That
Yeah.
yes.
Well,
I
I
said
don't
the
think we
same thing.
mentioned this on the public live. It was reported that he asked if anyone else had been arrested
Mhm.
when he was
Yeah.
arrested.
Yeah. And he did not want to verify that. And he
Mhm.
almost slipped and said, I can't say it. He almost slipped and gave away that, like, he was verifying it without verifying it in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
I
really.
hear you.
I don't remember his wording exactly.
In one of the earlier pressers about the car, they said that we want to talk to the individuals
Mhm.
involved with that vehicle
Yeah.
because I went back and actually
Right.
watched that
Right.
presser.
I think
This
it's
girl.
whoever maybe loaned him the car, whose car that is, maybe.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah.
date of his survey? Because I'm wondering if he recruited someone who had
7 months ago.
Okay.
March.
Yeah. So it would have been
You
about
know-
March.
You
But
wonder
you know what?
if he
He
came
was-
across someone.
Yes,
you know?
he was open.
Mm.
You know what, Lizzie? He had himself wide open.
Yeah.
Contact me. Here's my email.
Mhm.
He could have
Yep.
gotten a criminal or
Yeah.
criminals
Yep.
involved.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Holy shit.
Yeah.
mean-
No, they were on it.
They were. But I wanted to ask you, ladies, do you, there's a lot of questions I have, but my main thing is, do you believe, because I've always believed, that the people that were on the bottom floor lived simply because the person that went in did not know the house and didn't know they were there? What do y'all think?
Could be.
I have a
I
tendency
think-
to agree with that.
Mhm. I think this
yeah.
dude was targeting those two girls, knowing they were in the same room together. And I don't think he knew Xana. Definitely didn't know Ethan was there.
Mm-hmm. I think that they were like collateral damage kind of thing. They probably woke
Yeah.
up and he got
Yeah.
them because they were awake, but the other two weren't. So
And I
Yeah. I
wonder
think he didn't
too,
know
you
if it was-
guys, if he went in the back door here, this sliding door, and went out the front.
hmm
And I wonder if someone picked him up in that white car, and that's when
Exactly.
they squealed off.
It could
Exactly.
be.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you think about it. Remember the original way that they found out the girls were dropped off by a ride share, quote, whatever, was that the sister acquired doorbell ring footage, right? Or the doorbell cam or some sort of footage.
Mhm.
That would have had where, obviously, when they're getting dropped off, that's in the front of the house.
Yeah.
So whoever had that footage had the footage of however that door got opened, right?
mm-hmm.
Or
Right.
left open.
But
Right.
ladies, don't you think he would go through the back? Because if he's a criminology major,
Well, I think he
And I
came
believe
in
he's-
through the back. Yeah.
well, I think he came in through the back, but I would leave through the back too, because if he was doing on the front, he would leave footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
So that's
but
what
we
he's
don't know where the blood was. He
Mhm.
might not have been able to walk through the kitchen without trailing blood.
Right. Woo!
He might have had to make a hightail it out that front
Yeah,
door
like,
because
shit.
yeah, I can't track
go
this
that
through.
way.
Yep.
Right. Right.
Like it wasn't planned that way. I think it was a last minute thing, and that's why he didn't even bother shutting the door. He
Okay,
opened
but
it.
why
And
would
he
he
was
worry
gone.
about tracking it through? Why would he worry about tracking it through? He stepped in. If he stepped in it, he's going to be tracking it wherever he left, and they would already know that because of the track.
Well, because he's a criminology major, and he knows that his tennis shoes would leave specific prints.
Right, but he had to get to the door somehow. So
you
what
think
did
that
he do?
he would-
Yeah, but if you look at the layout of the house, where the front door is, it's all just stairs. So he wouldn't need to walk across the floor. He would go down the stairs.
Just right and out.
And right out.
Yeah.
Open the door. Yeah. He could even hold on to the freaking banister and float
And
down
jump.
the stairs.
Yeah.
Xana's bedroom's down that hallway as well, next to the stairs. So he would literally just leave that bedroom and go down the stairs instead of going back through the whole kitchen.
And he could ride that banister down like just
He could
swing his
slide
feet.
all the way down.
He could
Like
swing
the
his
fucking
feet.
Olympics.
Yeah, like a fucking gymnast. Like a fucking gymnast up on a balance beam. I bet you he flew down those fucking stairs. He flung the door open. He wasn't going to touch it again to close it. He opened it. He was gone. Whoever was in that car squealed those tires, and that's where those marks.
That's probably where the white Elantra came into play, because it would just make sense. They said, we know, because they changed the verbiage. We know that it was there. We know it was in the area. Not like, so if it was down on Taylor Ave or anywhere else, that could have been questionable. But if it was right out front, and they have it out front, like the same camera that had the girls getting dropped off by the rideshare. You know what I mean?
But Lizzie, do you think that they actually... I don't think they knew about that white Elantra until that gas station manager found it and brought it to their attention.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Wait
they
a
knew
minute. But
anything
why
about
would
it.
the gas manager just randomly bring... I mean, weren't there more than one car that went by that night? Or no?
She sat down and she had nothing to do, basically. She was on the night shift. She had nothing to do. So she thought, I'm just going to look at
But
all
what
the
Jay's
outfits.
saying is she was looking for an Elantra because it was somewhere else.
I don't think so. I think that she saw it go by at a high rate of speed, and that there were probably not that many going by.
But she
at a high
already
rate of
knew
speed.
what she was looking for, though. When she went into the footage, she already knew what she was looking for.
I don't
correct?
think so. She said that no. She said she was just looking for any unusual.
That's what I was
activity.
wondering. Did what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first,
Right.
the gas station clerk or the Elantra?
Yeah,
I don't know.
think the gas station clerk, and because
wanna
when they
say
first
you're right.
reported it, it said so.
Okay.
Because I think we didn't even know about it until this gas station lady called them and said, "Hey,
And it was 9 days later.
yeah, this
Okay,
car is going by."
yeah.
And I think you're right, Cheryl. I think it was going really fast,
Yeah.
and that's what caught
And
her
at
attention.
the time that they had stated, the
Yes,
weird shit
between
was going
3
down.
and 4, it was
Right.
like
Yeah.
3:45 or somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that
there
would-
wasn't a lot of other vehicles at that time either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was unusual, and that's why she noticed it.
Did anyone figure out which direction that car was going? Was it going toward or away?
It was going away. It was
Going
going
away.
east of
Yeah. Okay.
King Road, and he lived in Pullman, which was
Right,
west.
right.
But I looked on the map, and he could have swung up on an expressway there,
Mhm.
and then got off right away and headed west, a different
Right.
road. So
Or he could have booted his ass all the way to Pennsylvania that night.
Yeah.
Who knows?
he could have. You guys think he skinned that dog?
Mm-hmm.
Because that
Possibly.
was 4 miles from the girl's house,
Yep.
which would be right in between him and Moscow.
Yeah.
And this dog, the owner said they never found the pelt. The pelt is missing. If
That
it's
is so sick.
If
it
it's
is
in that
is.
guy's
if
apartment,
it's in that apartment,
It
oh
is.
wow. I have a feeling. What? I mean, for real. We have these unsolved stabbings. The one lady, you guys, in 2021 that survived, she was stabbed 19 times. Think in his questionnaire, his wording of how did you accomplish your goal, or how did you attain your goal, meaning the crime you're committing. He calls it a goal, right? But when in 2021, the goal wasn't attained because one lived.
Yeah.
The goal wasn't attained in 1999 when that first person did it. And I think this dude wants to know why. I think he
What
wants
if he's
to
like a puppet master?
Like, I think he wants to figure out
Yeah.
what went wrong in that murder.
Exactly.
That
Mhm.
the guy wasn't able to follow through with his
Successful,
goal.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
his
And
own
he-
creepy real
It's like
world
he's
experiment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's reenacting this to
Exactly.
figure out what went wrong because he has to know.
Where to correct it. And
Especially
the
with
fact
asking
that
that
you,
question.
the fact that you use the word goal and that he used the word girl, and you mentioned that earlier. When people kill people, unless you're a serial killer or something like that, people don't normally have a goal. It's
Your
an
goal
it's
is usually
passion or something like that. It's a emotional.
like his goal should be to get my PhD. That's a
Right.
goal. A goal is usually something positive, something you're looking forward to.
Right, not a successful murder. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And how many people are going to answer that thing?
Criminals.
Twisted
I know, but how
people.
many of them have got? But the question is, how many of them actually got away with it? Who he got? Was it somebody that said they'd done something but didn't? Because how many people really get away with that and can say, "This was my goal. This is how I did it."
Exactly, but that to me makes
What
it seem like
if-
he was trying to like fine tune.
Guys,
Yeah, trying to
Yes.
figure out how to
Yes.
meet his goal. Because
Guys.
if he did do those other stabbings, then this questionnaire thing was after those had happened.
Yeah, because that was 7 months ago. Listen,
Exactly.
guys, what if he wasn't the one that went in the house? What if he was
Yeah.
driving the white car
I
and
agree with
waiting
that.
for that person?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, they're still
I-
asking for tips,
I
so
don't
it really
think
could be
so.
somebody
Yeah.
else.
I don't think so because of the fact that he is sitting here and he is practicing this and he is getting everything down to do it perfectly. He's not going to trust somebody else to do it right.
Didn't they
Well-
also say that his DNA had been matched to DNA
He would
found
if
in
he's
the
a
house as
giant
well?
Yeah.
pussy.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know what? 7 months ago, maybe he wasn't getting the answers
Mhm.
and the responses to his stupid
Did
little
it himself.
survey.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he was like, fuck this. I guess I got to take matters in my own hands.
Mhm.
What's that
Yeah,
quote?
I think
from,
You
so.
want something done right, you got to do
Yeah.
it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Exactly.
his line in a movie one day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
there's-
They're going to
Right.
like
there's that-
dramatize it and have him turn around like the Joker and go, you want something done right? You got to do it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can picture the life.
I'm going to have Lizzie Bones say it in the Boston accent. You
Right?
want something done right? You
Hey.
got to do it yourself.
Yeah. Hey, you want something done right? You got to do it yourself.
Exactly. You got to do it yourself.
Take him
By
down
the
to
way-
Dorchester.
I love your
Yeah.
accent. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's another movie. I think it's one of the baseball movies. It's like, fuck you, Jobu. I'll do it myself. He's doing like, he does like the oh crap, what is it called? Like voodoo with the bat. What the hell is it? It was with it's like an old baseball movie, and the guy had like the weird haircut. It's like, I think it's like in the 80s. Oh shit.
Baseball movie.
It's not Fever Pitch. It's no, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna piss me off. But
Look at
there's
chat.
this guy-
Maybe somebody knows it.
this guy, he was in in this hitting slump, and he decided to do like some voodoo crap with his bat, and it wasn't working. And he's like, "Fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself."
That's the future Bryan line. Do you guys know he's Brian Christopher, like Brian Laundrie?
Yes.
Ew.
Who's that?
What is it with that? We have Christopher and then we had Lee.
I know.
We had Lee forever and then we had Christopher. What is-
Nicole's, Nico.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what's even creepier? Okay, so my granddaughter likes Coco Melon,
Yeah.
and Coco Melon has some really disturbing characters. Okay, so they have Cece, Bella, Nico, and then they also have JJ, which reminded me of JJ in the Vallow case.
Yeah.
And they have a little black kid, and his name is what's that little boy in Virginia?
Cody.
Yeah, his name is Cody.
Oh my God.
Well,
And get
that's just
this.
weird.
Yeah, when Cody is with his mom and dad, Cody's dad in the show looks like the fucking dad that was arrested with the
Oh.
mugshot.
Speaking of dad, you were going to show them Brian's
Oh, yeah.
dad.
Whose dad? Oh, Brian.
Brian's.
Brian guy.
Hamburger.
Brian. I was gonna put his picture in between a hamburger bun.
I can't remember his last name for
Here
the
it
life
is.
of me.
Kohberger.
Kohberger. That's his daddy.
Oh, nice looking man.
Cheryl,
Auntie!
Cheryl, he's empty inside. And his nose has been broken too. Maybe they just hit. No, his nose was definitely bruised in that one.
Yeah, it was.
But this is his daddy-o.
I was making an observation.
He's wearing a sweatshirt as well.
He's saying, "Hey, if you need something done, you do it yourself."
Right? He does look like he'd say that. What room is this, you guys? What upper room is that? It's the one with the air conditioner.
That would
Cheryl.
be at the front, wouldn't it? 'Cause it's got slanted roof.
Yeah, that's in the front. That's in the
Yeah.
front, the one with the air conditioner. I think on the
So
right
is
hand
that the
side.
living room then?
If
Yeah,
it's
it would be the
above
middle.
That tier, yeah, the middle room. Yep.
Isn't that creepy? Their TV's on.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
is.
it really is.
Oh, it was
And the
Major
fact that
League
you
with
couldn't
Charlie
read what it
Sheen.
says is even worse.
It was what?
Major League.
Oh,
with
Major
Charlie
League. I
Sheen.
remember that movie.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Yep. Yep.
So
I was
we don't
thinking
think
it was
that's
that one, but I
him.
wasn't sure. No.
Now.
No. Oh my God, Jay.
Okay, so there's the apartment building that he lives in. If you guys didn't see that earlier.
That's
This is
crazy.
Creepo's
What floor he's
apartment.
in? Do we know? Do we know
The
what floor he lives
second
on?
floor.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's this side over here or
I
this
think it's.
side.
I think from looking this way, it's to the left because there was a picture from the back, and they could see people to the right, so that would be all the way. Yeah, so that would be the left.
So like
side.
these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Creepy, man.
It is.
Mhm. Imagine being his neighbor right now.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
Being like,
man.
holy
I'd be
shit!
moving.
What the hell?
I know.
I'd be packing up my stuff as we speak.
Yeah.
What else was that? What's this?
That's them talking to somebody.
Oh, this is at his apartment.
Yeah.
That's right. I found that after we went off the live. This is Daily Mail. So you're right, Lizzie. It's on the left there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume then that this is probably a bedroom because when you walk in the door, you probably walk into like the living room.
Yeah.
So this might be kitchen, and then maybe there's a door, like a sliding glass on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But this is probably his bedroom here.
What
God.
the fuck?
Right?
Mm-mm.
I wonder
That's
if there's
just
a
the name of that?
pelt in there.
Steptoe?
Steptoe Apartments.
The Google fingers
getting the-
going.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
getting the floor
Google
plan.
fingers. I'm still trying to find the surveillance. Here's another photo I wanted to show you guys.
Ooh, they're 2 and 3 bedroom.
Oh, really? Okay, so they're shining a flashlight on this window, but they paid a lot of attention. Look how many people are around this window.
Yeah. That's
That's
crazy.
a downstairs window, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
looking right into the kitchen where the solo cups are. But there's a lot of people around that window. 5 of them.
There is.
Mhm, with a flashlight even.
So wait, so that picture that right before this, the still shot, they were talking to someone,
Oh, the
Right, but
one.
the other one is at the house.
and if it's a 2 to 3 bedroom, did he live with someone? Who the hell was
Nope,
in the house?
I found a 1 bedroom. I put the floor plan in Slack.
No, I
Oh,
don't think they're
okay.
talking to someone. I think this is the
Oh,
forensics
okay.
crew after they got the warrant to go in.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think they're just all going in and doing their investigation in there.
Doing
But
their
that was a
shit.
good close up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the Daily Mail. Here's another one of the luminol person. Fox got some really good shots. Okay, so this I thought was interesting too, because you can see right in the living room. There's the lights.
Yep.
And then here's the air conditioner room.
Yep. The third floor.
So that's where the TV was. So that must be the bedroom they were staying in.
Yep.
But look how you can see right in this living room. And that's like just at dusk.
Wow. So I thought too. So if you're looking at the house, I thought to the right, because that would be kind of like above where the slider is in the kitchen. Wasn't the slider above in Kaylee's room? Wasn't that the one that they weren't in? Or am I wrong?
Let me go back.
Because I'm
See,
thinking.
I'm a little confused on that as well.
I think like above like where the little patio was. Yeah, see the deck is right above that on the other side of the house. They didn't stay in Kaylee's room. They were in Maddie's room, right?
So this was Kaylee's room?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because it's
This
top,
is
it's
where the
top floor.
boxes. There's boxes stacked up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
So
she was
they were
leaving, correct?
Right.
So they were
they
to
were
the
over
other
here.
side. Yep.
Mhm.
And
So
there's
that
no windows
TV
on that side. Like, from those apartment buildings, there's no windows on the other side of the house at all, I don't think.
I don't think on the side over there.
I
No.
don't think so either.
But there's another sliding glass door
Right, exactly.
with
Yep.
no window covers. Right.
Yep. Yeah, you could sit on that hill and look right in.
Yeah.
With the fucking-
Up with people not putting window covers in. That's creepy.
I don't know. Even at that age, I would think about it.
Oh, me too.
Especially in a college town. You know how
Yeah.
many people moms there are.
This
We
is
have one
that
up here at
same window
UNH.
they were focusing on, but it's not a very big shot. But that's the beer pong setup.
Mhm.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
There's that
Yeah.
piece of artwork on the wall.
Yes.
Yep. There's
This
coral
is-
color.
This
Yep.
is that sliding
the
window, guys.
Mhm,
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice call, Jay.
So did he go in that window right there? And then when did he meet up with Ethan and Xana? So hear me out.
Mhm.
Is it possible that he met up with Ethan and Xana first? The girls heard it and started calling Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Could
because
be.
they didn't really know what was going on to call 911. Maybe they weren't like
Mhm.
thinking, oh, people are getting killed right now. Maybe they
But they
thought
didn't
someone.
know maybe a fight,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
someone's getting in a fight down there, and we're
Mhm.
calling him and he was really at home sleeping.
And they
And
said that they were.
They wouldn't call the cops. They wouldn't call the cops.
They
These are
wouldn't-
college students
right.
have alcohol
Listen,
and drugs.
they've
and everything
already
else.
had the
They're
cops
not doing
there
it.
3
Yeah,
times
they're not
since
doing it.
August.
Yeah, they're
The
not
house was already on alert from the sorority.
Yeah. They're not gonna call the cops
They
unless
wouldn't call
they just
the-
wouldn't.
They called Jack, the one they fucking trusted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and knowing he wasn't far away now that we found out where his house is, He was right there.
But he was already sleeping.
Yeah.
If that was him at the corner club, he was already, unless he was drunk and he zonked out.
Just passed
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
common.
it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible because that window right there, that handprint. Oh my God.
Do you think that we see this handprint because it had already been dusted for prints?
I don't know if
I
it's
think so.
maybe, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so illuminated. Because
Mhm.
if you look here,
They put the stuff on it.
yeah, they
Yeah.
put the stuff on it.
That's
See
why
all,
we're seeing it.
see all those smears? Because look, we're seeing all kinds of dirt. Whoops.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're seeing all kinds of dirt and stuff all over.
Yep.
It looks like it has that white shit on it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unless he was like touching Crisco, it wouldn't show up like that normally.
Yeah. I think that's
Wow.
it.
And they could have matched these fingerprints right here.
Easy.
But after arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim or target,
That's so
i.e.,
specific.
person or object? Please detail your thoughts and feelings.
Wow.
It's just so weird that all of these questions relate to what he did.
Every
Well,
one
and
of
the-
them.
Every one of
And the
them.
way
them.
the way that they're questioned too,
Yeah.
it's like he's
The
thinking
verbiage.
from after committing a crime. Like, who thinks of that? Like, who goes up to like Chris Watson was like, okay, so what was your first thought when
Yeah.
Shanann came home? Was it automatically strangle her or
Right.
Yeah.
like that's
What
kind
were
of a
your-
weird question.
What were your thoughts and feelings on the porch when you were talking about your children throwing chicken nuggets at you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Please detail your thoughts and feelings at that point.
Yeah. I
Chris
wonder what
Watson
other
would be like, oh, I like this
I
shirt a
wasn't
lot.
thinking- Yeah.
Exactly.
I wasn't thinking.
I had an
That would be good.
inclination that I like this shirt a lot. I think she got this one on Amazon, actually.
Oh my god.
We always had Amazon boxes on our porch every day.
Oh.
They did too. Okay. Here is the next one. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point.
Wow.
AV is asking what this questionnaire is from.
Who is?
AV.
Reddit.
right?
Oh, yeah,
uh,
from Reddit. He posted it on Reddit in several groups in order to get people to participate.
I
Were
know
you
we can't
under?
research everybody, but does it not ring bells when somebody puts that kind of stuff on Reddit? It does to me.
Well,
this
but
weirdo?
when he's a criminal psychology major, is it that?
no.
I mean,
would
I don't
say
know.
yes, because he has students to ask that crap. to,
Well, I
and
mean, I don't
he
know
can get
what.
into prisons.
I'm not sure that a university would actually condone
No,
a student commingling with felons
exactly.
and convicts. And that's where he was posting this stuff, was felons,
Yeah.
ex-cons, prison
Did he
life.
Did he have a regular username on Reddit? What was his username?
Oh my god, it's
Mhm.
so generic. It's like
Criminology student.
Criminology student.
criminology underscore student. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Don't
Okay.
ask me questions.
But do you see that he's trying to weed out his
Yeah.
people, his subjects?
Mhm.
Were you under the influence of drugs or alcohol? He wants to know if these
Uh-uh.
motherfuckers are on drugs. Were you experiencing
Oh.
issues with your family? Are you affiliated with a gang? Because he don't want to fuck with no gang member.
Right.
Mhm.
No, that's how you get a black
Dude,
eye
was,
and a broken nose.
oh my God,
Yeah.
was this questionnaire in order for him to weed out someone to do this crime?
I mean,
I think it was
That's
for
what I
him to
was
weed
thinking.
out, to figure out what not to do.
yeah, or
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Oh
Yeah, getting
God.
tips.
It's so mind bending.
I think it's weird he's asking, like, do you have, what was the question? Something about family.
Oh, were you experiencing issues with your family?
And he apparently had a bad childhood.
Right.
Mm.
So I think that says a lot. Like his
Like he's trying to
anger
figure out
and
himself.
like whatever's
Mhm.
wrong inside of him,
Mm-hmm.
he's associating that with his bad
Yeah.
experiences with his family.
Yeah.
Did you see the post from his mother? I think it was his mother.
About Uvalde.
Yes.
I
It-
did.
Yeah,
What is it?
I did not. What did it say?
It's from
the
the
school
Daily
Yeah.
Mail,
Go
I think. Hold on. Oh no, go ahead.
No, please, because I would rather you talk than me.
Let me see. I gotta find it now. Daily Mail. I tell you what, they can be off, but they do have some great insight to stuff.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay, so May 24th of 2022, she submitted a letter to a local newspaper.
Yep.
It included a poem written by Melissa, their daughter, Bryan's sister. Brief of their laughter, there is now not a sound as we lower our children into the ground, small hands and feet buried 6 feet deep into the earth of the world that failed them. As I read this poem, I thought, whatever the solution, I pray we consider the children before the gun.
What?
What is that?
And that's all she wrote.
What the heck? When was that?
So, May 24th. I think what she's trying to say is that we think of the children before gun rates.
And I believe she's some sort of mental health therapist.
Yeah, she's a behavior therapist.
Okay, there it is. Yep.
She wasn't very good. Look at her brother.
Wait, you guys, I was wrong. Why did I think that there was a sliding glass door down here?
No, it's just windows. Kaylee had the sliding doors. They're just windows, but I don't know how far does the little porch deck extend?
It goes all the way to the end.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can't get out. You can just walk around. Right.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
there's no
it
stairs
ends
or
right
anything.
here. Hmm. But didn't someone say there was a ladder out here?
Yeah, it was down the side of the house, like propped up against the wall.
On the body cam footage, though, I think it was September 1st. It was still there. It wasn't propped up, but it was laying down. Yeah.
On this side?
Yeah,
think
down the
so,
Oh,
bottom.
right here?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It was still in that same spot. It wasn't propped up. It was laying down, but it was there.
Weird. But you know what? These guys took a lot of pictures on that roof, too.
Yeah.
The girls did.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I wonder if we'll get a discovery with this, like with Watts. Have to see how Idaho's laws are.
I think Idaho laws are pretty tough because they can't even give us anything until he is extradited.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if he fights it, it could be months.
He seems like the kind of jerk that would too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Just egotistical.
Yeah.
I'll come on my own time type of thing.
Here's another picture of them paying really close attention to that window
Mhm.
down by the
With
kitchen there.
flashlights.
Yep. She's dusting it. See? That's
Now,
a
I'm not
finger. That's
Yeah.
a fingerprint duster, and then she's
Yeah.
holding the flashlight for.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a fan of Chris McDonough, but you know what? He had a picture with that. There was a screen on the ground. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Oh yeah, you know what? I found out from JLR that had been on the ground prior to the murders.
Forever.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
off in the previous noise complaint.
Yep,
Okay.
I
body
did.
cam footage.
Yep, I did find that out
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
because
I
I
mean, you
wondered
figure-
about that too.
Yeah, you figure, you're a bunch of, like, who cares? It's a screen. Who gives a shit? And just leave it on the ground.
But they
If the screen
right.
is out, do you think maybe people went in and out of that window, and maybe when he was looking at it, he saw somebody do that? Maybe that gave him an idea.
Mm-hmm. Could be. It's all very interesting.
It really is. I mean, to look at these photos too, like
maybe,
now.
maybe they were looking in each window to try to figure out if everyone was asleep, where everybody was, and then went in. Like maybe they went to the front, maybe they went to the back, and then entered. You know what I mean? Like,
But why is there 4 of them there looking at this?
yeah.
I
Well,
mean, they.
maybe more fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you're looking through a window. I mean, you would think he would be smart enough. He's done all his research. You don't put your fucking hand on the glass. You
Yeah,
don't.
I know. You'd think so.
Oh,
You
right.
know,
right.
like-
Right.
Or-
Right.
But if people use that window to go in and out, there are probably a lot of fingerprints on that.
I was
I
going to
mean-
say, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that have been around that house having parties and stuff. There's probably
Well,
fingerprints everywhere.
Right.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, that house was filthy.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean-
gonna say, they're not Windex in the window.
No. Uh-uh.
No, because it wasn't very clean at all.
Uh-uh.
Hence
No.
the scissoring stools.
I'm just trying to find more of
Oh,
the.
yeah, in the corner.
I almost just spit my drink out.
Oh, that one's real little too. Why? Oh, yeah, that was just another nighttime shot. I found some other nighttime ones. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's that same one. Here's that same lady. See, there's the good vibes, and there's that window again.
Yeah.
But you know what? The lights were turned off inside, and I think Auntie Cheryl's right. It had already been dusted, and that's why we could see that
Mhm.
big print.
Yep.
So that good vibes thing's next to the staircase on the middle floor.
Yes, because here again, there's that artwork on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Is it me, or can anyone hear like a helicopter sound?
I
Is it
can.
Eagle 8?
Eagle 8's not here. It must be. It must
They
be
have
up
to
in
refuel.
Boston. It must, yeah, it's up in Boston. It's about to crash because they're out of fuel.
That's right. They're gonna get more fuel.
Oh, there's a bunch of
Aw.
helicopters flying around Boston right now.
Poor Jack and the poor
Med flight.
dog.
You know what? I was thinking about Jack, and you know how we all said, well, they broke up 3 weeks ago. I think the reason they broke up is that she was moving off and he was staying there. I don't think they may have had a fight. Maybe they just realized they didn't want a long distance relationship.
Well, you know what? I was thinking maybe, you know how her family said Kaylee was being a brat?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was the one saying, no, I'm not, I don't want to do the long distance. Like she was being bratty about it. Like
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe it's
something
her
like
idea.
that. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, she had a lot planned. She was going to travel Europe as well. So she's probably thinking, well,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to be worrying about a relationship and trying to keep that going.
And
'cause
her
she had
family
other things
probably
going
loved
on.
him and said, you know,
Yeah.
you don't want to lose this, yada, yada.
Mhm.
But there's
But
the
she did it anyway.
boxes that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely they weren't staying in that room.
Nope.
But see,
It's all just like that.
here's the stools down here, and they weren't scissoring at this point.
No.
They had
they-
That was pre-scissor. And then here's that window again, you guys.
Yeah. Now, what's your thoughts on the bottom room
The blood.
being empty, like with the golf clubs in there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, do you think that maybe because somebody said to me, like, when I was like in college, or whatever after like grad whatever, that they shared a room because it was easier, like cost wise. You know what I mean? Or do you think that one of them, whether it was Dylan or what was the other one,
Bethany
was actually in the other empty room? Or do you think that they shared a room? Because that downstairs other room wasn't being used in September.
But I think somebody moved out. I think there was
Yeah.
a gal that lived there, and then she moved out relatively not too long
And she
ago.
was cleared like super early in the
Yeah.
investigation.
What do you
Okay,
guys? What do
okay,
you guys make
okay.
now of Xana's dad changing the locks?
Yeah, that means something. I'm sorry, it does.
Mhm.
Definitely means something.
Yeah, I agree. But what?
And the other question that I have is that
But what?
Kaylee,
Yeah.
Kaylee's dad kept saying that Kaylee was the, she was the prime target. She was this and that and the other thing. What do we think now? Because I'm not sure she was. I think maybe in his mind he had it set that way, and he would not think of it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure she was. I'm not sure if any of them were were the chosen one. I think he just wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I mean, she could have had different injuries because maybe she woke up or something. I mean, they were in the
Exactly.
same bed, so someone was killed before the other.
Right.
And the chance of them both staying asleep when that's happening is pretty slim.
Right.
I think if he didn't kill the young man first, he had to have some way of restraining these people. I just can't see it any other way.
I mean, they would have been blood curdling screams.
Screams.
I don't
It
care
has
how
to be-
drunk and passed out you are. You hear that, you're getting your
agree.
ass up.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I
It's
don't
like
think
hearing a
there
fire
was
alarm.
enough time for binding and
No.
gagging.
I mean,
No.
if the girls were attacked first, like maybe they did wake up downstairs because Xana had defensive wounds. So clearly she woke up at some point.
Wait, I have a crazy question. Being a student in what he's in, would he be able to access cold case files?
Well, I mean,
Probably.
As
a lot
okay,
of people can access them, like general
Yeah.
public.
well, I mean,
Dun dun dun.
okay, so let's say he got the autopsy, or not autopsy because they didn't die, but let's say he got the injuries on that 1999 case. Because we have a woman who was stabbed 19 times and lived. So I'm sure that had to be baffling to his brain how this woman survived 19 stab wounds. So did he study like where the stab wounds occurred to know where not to stab someone? Because if you really want to kill him, you need to stab him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
did he have a case file on this shit? Again, around that window.
Yeah, that window is
Looking-
extreme interest for these people.
Yeah.
The suspect.
There we are again.
Damn.
They're all up in this area, in this living room, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
That was a hot spot for them.
You can see the handprint in that picture.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, you can.
Luhu or whatever, Cindy Luhu. When they had gone in, they weren't they from Washington State?
Who?
The
Bryan Enton and
I
Cindy
think-
Luhu.
Yeah. No,
Bryan Enton?
She's in Whoville.
no,
Bryan Enton!
when the person filling in for Bryan got the footage of those people like going in and coming out, and they got into the caravan and the door wasn't working.
Oh, you're right. They were from
weren't
Washington.
they from Washington? Yeah.
Yeah, they had the unmarked cruisers with Washington
Yep.
plates. I bet that was
That's what
FBI.
that's what I thought.
Only reason we saw these is because on November the 24th, the Independent and the New York Post got this out there and kept it out there
Mm-hmm.
that they were exploring the possibility that the quadruple murders may be connected to a 2021 unsolved stabbing murder 400 miles away in Oregon. Back on the 13th of August,
Mm-hmm.
2021, a couple was attacked in their home in Salem, Oregon by a masked assailant. He was masked,
Yeah.
who broke in armed with a knife. Travis Jewton, 26, and Jamie Lynn Jewton, 24, were woken at around 3 a.m. in the morning when the mystery attacker entered their bedroom and stabbed them both multiple times. Mr. Jewton tried to fight off the attacker, but was stabbed to death. Miss Jewton was stabbed 19 times, but miraculously survived. There's a $50,000 reward, and they've never had it solved. And then here's
That's
another
crazy.
one to show proof on November the 24th. New York Post, cops probing link between University of Idaho murders and similar Oregon stabbing. It says right here, Moscow Police Chief James Fry was asked Wednesday if his officers were looking into any possible connection to the unsolved double stabbing. And Chief Fry said, "We are looking at every avenue, and we have other agencies reaching out to us with other cases and stuff that we are going to follow up on those."
Yeah.
I think
But
they
you made a
figured-
very astute. You noticed that 3 a.m. happens over and over and
Mhm.
over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
Made-
so does the 13th.
13,
of the
yeah.
month.
yes, yeah,
Mhm.
and I would be really interested to see, is 3 a.m. the prime time that most people break into homes or whatever it is? Because if not, there's something there.
Definitely. Well, there's something there with not only the time, but the dates.
Yeah.
The one in 2021 was like, I don't know, August or something. When was it? Let's see.
There was, I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021, but it was June 13th. But there, I think
August.
there
That
were
one was a-
two in that year.
Okay, so these people here was August 13th
Mhm.
of 2021.
I think it was Illinois one. See if you can find that one. I think it was an old lady.
Okay, let me see.
Illinois, June 2020.
Illinois, and she died, right?
Yeah, I think she was the one that died.
Look at other people
Oh,
are
it's
looking it up.
2021.
Look, June 13th, it
Yeah.
automatically came up.
Mm-hmm.
Resident stabbed in their
Traffic
sleep,
sleep.
suspect at large. June 23rd, 2021, this came out. So June 13th, 3 a.m. Look at that.
See,
Yeah. And there was another one as well. Let me see if I can find it.
that's his time. I have a feeling that it is.
No, this one didn't die.
Oh, she didn't? It must have been the 2021 then that died.
The suspect, most likely known to the victim, entered the home and attacked him while they slept. The victim was able to get to a neighbor and call 911, treated and released. I think there's another one, though.
Yeah,
This
there
is the one you sent me. This is the Sandra Ladd.
What year was that one? 2021.
Sandra Ladd is the one in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's this Travis and Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn survived. Travis died. Sandra Ladd, 71, was found in her home in Washougal, Washington
Yeah, that's the one.
on June 14th, but she was killed on June 13th, 2020. Her death was ruled a homicide after the medical examiner found multiple stab wounds in her torso. This is poor old Sandra Ladd.
Mm-hmm.
The two attacks happened 14 months apart, 70 miles apart from each other, and they're 5-hour drive west of Moscow. Like the attack on the Jutons, the incident happened between 3 and 4 a.m. on the 13th of the month. This was already noted back on November 24th.
24th, yeah.
But they didn't talk about it anymore. Do you want to know why I think that is? I think
So
that's
they didn't get
because
to catch on.
the FBI got involved and
Yeah.
said, nope,
Said shut it.
Nope, we're not going to talk about these being linked because we're going to cue this guy off.
Yeah.
So they didn't.
I think you're right.
And when did he graduate and get his bachelor's? 2020.
2020 his bachelor's,
Yeah.
2021 his master's. Started his PhD this year.
And these started 2020, almost every year since.
This is weird.
Maybe that's when he considered himself a professional.
After he'd done his studies.
Yep.
Yeah.
November the 26th, Newsweek. Date of Idaho college murders sparks new theory about stabbings. Look at this. Sleuth 58273 noted that both the Idaho attack and a number of other stabbings took place on or around the 13th day of the month and asked whether this is a coincidence or not.
How could it be a coincidence?
It's not. It can't be.
I don't see it. It's got to have some.
See, at a press conference that was in the end of November, Chief James Fry said he had received a tip in relation to the Oregon attack. Let's see what this video is. Shocks, pegs, lucky. See, no one gets my humor.
What?
Listen. That's it right there.
Can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Can't hear
Yeah, we
it.
can hear it.
We don't want to put our investigation. We do want more information, but we don't want to we don't want to put our investigation in jeopardy by releasing what we have. There's always a balance between what you're willing to release versus what you're trying to gather. We told the public very clearly from the beginning that we're looking for a knife. We've told the public very clearly from the beginning that we believe it was a targeted attack. I mean, to be honest, you're going to have to trust us on that at this point because we're not going to release why we think that.
Our investigators are looking at any possible connection to an unsolved double stabbing in the Salem, Oregon area about a year and a half ago. Specifically, 2 people stabbed in their home in the middle of the night. Long knife, no suspect at this point. One died, one survived.
I think we're looking at every avenue, and we have other agencies reaching out to us with other cases and stuff that we are doing follow up on, and we will continue to follow up on those.
Are you aware of that case?
Actually, I had a tip come in on that case, and I forwarded it to our tip line.
But I find it so interesting that this was brushed upon in the end of November, over a month ago. Over a month ago, and they managed to just sweep that shit right under the rug.
Yeah.
And none of us thought really twice about it. We were like, oh, they said it wasn't connected.
And we took them for their word.
We
Like
did.
so many other
We
things.
did exactly what they want us to do and just not think about it.
But you did say, Jay, that you didn't buy it. You did say you weren't buying a lot of things that they said.
Yeah, I did. I think they were saying
You said that.
for specific reasons, like
Yes.
to not tip off the person. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if they come out and say, yeah, sir, we do think that might have something to do with it. Like, why would they say that ever?
But
You
even
know?
about the people that you thought that they said were cleared and things like that.
Yeah, that was just way too quick.
It was.
But is it way too quick if they get DNA and they directly link to this guy? But
yep,
That's
that
the thing
would
as
be
well.
the only way.
They could clear people quickly if they had that DNA as well.
That would be the only way. Is like not.
I think they definitely do.
process of elimination. Like, but the opposite. You know, you have your guy.
Yeah.
But they eliminated those people early before they knew this, because it said, I personally believe that white Hyundai was a big part of them finding this guy, was not till 9 days after this happened. And they cleared people relatively quickly within the first 4 or 5 days.
you know, this
Mhm.
gas station person might end up being a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe so. I don't think that she'll ever get the credit that she deserves, but I believe that she
Well,
was.
maybe we can give her
Just
the credit. Maybe we can make a big deal out of her because, you know, and it's a shame that the people that were on YouTube that were out there, like JLR, are gone now because
Yeah.
now it would be interesting to see, you know, people, him going around asking, did you know this guy? Like,
Yeah.
you know, trying to find out more info about now that we have a suspect instead of finding out things about those kids, you know, like now they can be left alone,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
now they can be left alone. I would love to see someone there and like trying to find out more on this perpetrator though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, did he
this
go back to the apartment afterwards or did he get out of Dodge?
Mhm.
Exactly. Did he go directly to Pennsylvania or did he stop somewhere
well,
in
it
between?
I
Mhm.
well,
thought
it
that.
said that he went back to and finished classes, so he
Yeah.
finished the semester out. So he was there after the
Oh.
murders.
That's so crazy that he hung around and finished his semester.
When was the last